The city of Chicago never slept, but in winter it often felt like it froze. The wind cut sharper than knives, sweeping through the alleys, carrying with it the smell of old coffee, gasoline, and loneliness. On one such night, Daniel Carter, a 35-year-old office worker, was walking home from yet another long shift. His suit jacket was too thin for the biting cold, but what weighed heavier than the chill was the emptiness inside him. Daniel lived alone. His parents had passed away, his marriage had failed, and his days passed in a blur of reports, meetings, and silence. People saw him as successful, good paycheck, tidy apartment, nice shoes. But when he closed the door at night, he could hear the sound of his own breathing echo back at him. Loneliness, he often thought, was a louder noise than traffic. That night, as he crossed the underpass near his apartment, he noticed a shape curled up by the pillar. A man, maybe in his late 50s, wrapped in nothing but a torn blanket. His beard was thick, his face tired, and his hands trembled as he tried to light a cigarette with nearly dead matches. Daniel slowed down. He had passed homeless people before, dozens of times. Most nights, he simply looked away, convincing himself with the same thoughts everyone used: I can't help them all, someone else will, they probably got themselves here. But that night, the man looked up, and their eyes met. It wasn't anger, it wasn't begging, it was exhaustion, a silent plea not even for food or money, but simply to be seen. To matter. Daniel stopped walking. For the first time in years, he didn't keep going. Daniel's breath clouded in front of him as he hesitated. The man looked back down, pulling the thin blanket tighter around his shoulders. For a moment, Daniel thought about walking away. You're tired. You've worked all day. What difference will it make? But then another thought slipped in. What if that were Dad? What if that were me? Before he realized it, Daniel had walked back. He cleared his throat. Hey, you hungry? The man looked up again, eyes squinting as though the question itself was too bright. He didn't speak at first, then nodded slowly. Yeah, his voice cracked. Been a while. Daniel glanced at the diner across the street. He had passed it countless times, always too rushed to go in. Tonight, he found himself walking toward it, with the man following slowly behind, dragging his blanket. Inside, the warm air smelled of coffee and fried eggs. The waitress, a young woman with tired eyes, looked surprised when Daniel slid into a booth with the homeless man. Coffee and, whatever hot meal you've got, double, Daniel said quickly. The man's hands shook as he wrapped them around the coffee mug, as if he were holding fire. When the plate of scrambled eggs and toast came, he ate with quiet desperation, like someone who wasn't sure if the food was real or a dream. Daniel watched in silence. Something heavy pressed in his chest, but it wasn't pity. It was realization that this man, this human being, had been invisible to him for years. After the meal, Daniel introduced himself. I'm Daniel. The man wiped his mouth with the back of his hand. Name's Thomas. Used to be Tom, when life was better. He chuckled bitterly. What happened? Daniel asked softly. Thomas shrugged. Lost my job. Wife got sick. Hospital bills drowned us. Then she was gone. I started drinking. Lost the house. The rest, well, you see where it ended. Daniel felt his throat tighten. He didn't know what to say, so he just nodded. As they stepped back outside, Thomas began to turn toward the underpass. Daniel stopped him. Not tonight. Come on. You can sleep on my couch. Thomas blinked, stunned. You don't even know me. Maybe not, Daniel said, but I know what cold feels like, and no one deserves to sleep on concrete. For the first time that night, Thomas's eyes glistened with tears.